The crystal chandelier casts fractured light across my father's study, and I'm holding a gift box that weighs more than its contents should. Inside sits a dating app gift card and a self-help book titled Finding Love After 40. I'm 32. My brother Marcus smirks from the leather armchair, his fiancée Vanessa draped beside him like an accessory. Dad swirls his scotch, eyes fixed somewhere past my shoulder. Your brother's wedding will be perfect, Elena, he says. 600 guests. The Ritz ballroom. When's your turn? The question hangs between us like smoke. I think about the invitations I mailed 4 weeks ago. Handmade watercolor flowers on each one. I think about the 2 empty seats in the front row, reserved with hand-painted signs. Reserved for Dad. Reserved for Mom. I delayed the ceremony 40 minutes, watching the door. They never came. Open it, Vanessa purrs, her voice sticky sweet. We saw it and immediately thought of you. Marcus chuckles, that familiar sound that's haunted every childhood memory where I came second. Mom enters from the dining room, her pearls clicking softly. Elena, don't be ungrateful. They're trying to help. I trace the app logo with my thumb. A wilted rose, because apparently that's what single women over 30 are. Wilted. Expired. Desperate. The book's gold lettering catches the light mockingly. My chest tightens, but not with the pain they expect. Something else is hardening inside me. Something final. Thank you, I say carefully, tucking the box under my arm. I'll treasure this. Dad's eyebrows lift slightly. Mom frowns. They're expecting tears, excuses, maybe anger they can dismiss as hysteria. They're not expecting calm. 4 weeks ago, I sat at my kitchen table in Portland, tying silk ribbons on ivory envelopes. My husband James watched from the doorway, concern etched in the lines around his eyes. Are you sure they'll come? He'd ask gently. I'd smoothed another ribbon into a perfect bow. They're my family. Of course they'll come. The memory tastes like ash now. I'd chosen February 14th deliberately. Valentine's Day, because Mom always said it was romantic. I'd hired a photographer she'd mentioned once, 7 years prior. I remembered everything they forgot. The invitations went out via express mail, signed delivery required. I have the receipts. I have the signatures. And now, standing in this study with their cruel gift in my hands, I realize something crystalline and cold. They didn't forget. They chose not to come. They don't know what I do for a living, not really. Something with computers, Dad once told a colleague. I'm a data security consultant. I design systems that protect corporations from cyber threats, map vulnerabilities, anticipate attacks. I think 3 steps ahead. It's my job. 6 months ago, when the silence from my family became deafening, when my calls went unreturned and my messages stayed on read, I started documenting everything. Not out of paranoia. Out of pattern recognition. Their behavior showed a system failure. And system failures leave traces. I'd installed their home security network 3 years ago as a favor. State-of-the-art cameras, all disclosed, all legal, all recording to local servers with 2-year data retention. They'd signed the documentation. They never read it. Let's have dinner, Mom announces, her voice pitched for performance. In the dining room, the table gleams with silver and crystal. Marcus and Vanessa take their usual seats of honor. Dad carves the roast with surgical precision. Mom raises her wine glass. A toast to Marcus and Vanessa. 8 weeks until the wedding of the century. Vanessa preens her engagement ring. 5 carats, twice what James could afford. Catching every light source. We're just so blessed, she says. Everything's falling into place perfectly. Unlike some people, Marcus adds, glancing at me. Some of us don't wait forever to get our lives together. The words are designed to cut. They used to. I cut into my beef Wellington, the knife sliding through buttersoft pastry. My phone sits heavy in my lap. Elena's 32 now, Dad says, as if I'm not sitting right here. At some point we have to accept reality. What reality is that? I ask quietly. Mom sighs dramatically. Darling, you're successful in your career. That's wonderful. But you can't build a life alone. We worry about you. You worry about appearances, I correct. Table freezes. Marcus sets down his fork slowly. Excuse me. You worry about what people think. About explaining why your daughter isn't married while your son is. Dad's jaw tightens. That's unfair. Is it? I meet his eyes. When's the last time you asked about my life? My actual life. Vanessa touches Marcus's arm, a warning gesture. But I'm not finished. When's the last time any of you called me? Visited? Asked about my work? The silence stretches. Then Mom laughs, brittle and sharp. You're being dramatic. We're busy people, Elena. You could call us too. I did. My voice stays level. 17 times since January. Have the call logs. This is ridiculous, Marcus snaps. Are you seriously counting phone calls like some scorned child? I'm stating facts. I set down my silverware with deliberate care. But let's talk about February specifically. February 14th. Dad's face clouds. What about it? My wedding day. The words drop like stones into still water. Mom's wine glass pauses midway to her lips. Vanessa's eyes widen. Marcus goes very still. Dad's voice is dangerous. I got married 4 weeks ago. Sent invitations to all of you. Via express mail, signature required. You're a liar. The word explodes from Marcus. He's on his feet, face flushed. You're making this up to ruin our engagement dinner. Vanessa touches her throat. Wounded bird routine perfected. Marcus, she's clearly jealous. This is sad. Sit down, Elena, Dad commands. Stop this nonsense immediately. Mom sets her glass down with a click. If you'd gotten married, we would have known. You didn't call, didn't tell us. I sent invitations, I repeat. Express mail. You all signed for them. That's impossible, Mom says, but her voice wavers. Prove it, Marcus challenges. If you're going to make insane claims, prove them. Smile. It feels strange on my face, like I'm wearing someone else's expression. Pull out my phone. Under the table, hidden by linen, I type one word to James. Execute. The message shows delivered, then read. One word back, done. The massive smart TV mounted above the fireplace flickers. Dad's digital photo slideshow, an endless loop of Marcus's achievements, cuts out abruptly. What's happening? Vanessa asks nervously. The screen goes black, then illuminates again. But not with family photos. With a computer desktop. Remote access indicators glow in the corner. What is this? Dad demands. Turn it off. I designed this entire smart home system, I say conversationally. 3 years ago. You hired me. Paid me in family rates and exposure. I installed every camera, every sensor, every network device. I gesture to the screen where James, working from our home office in Portland, navigates through folders. I recommended you change the admin password. Sent that email twice. You never did. Mom's face has gone pale. You're spying on us. I'm accessing my own system. Legally. I'm still listed as administrator. Have you subscribed to this channel? Please, subscribe, like and share with others. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. For more stories. A folder opens on screen. Wedding documentation. Marcus lunges toward the TV. Shut it down now. And why? I tilt my head. Worried about what we'll find. The first image loads. FedEx receipt. Clear as day. Signature line, Vanessa Chen. Date. January 10th. Time. 2:47 p.m. That's your signature, Vanessa, I say softly. 3 invitations. One addressed to Marcus. One to Mom and Dad. One to you specifically, since you were already part of the family. Vanessa's mouth opens and closes. Hey, I don't remember that. You don't remember signing for a package from Elena and James Foster. 4 days before my wedding. Her eyes dart to Marcus, then away. We get lots of packages. My influencer partnerships. The return address was handwritten, I continue. My handwriting. You know my handwriting, Vanessa. We've exchanged birthday cards for 3 years. So she signed for a package, Marcus says quickly. That doesn't prove anything. Maybe it got lost. Maybe we thought it was something else. Maybe I agree. Except the security footage tells a different story. I nod toward the screen. James pulls up the next file. Video footage. The front door camera, crystal clear, showing Vanessa accepting the FedEx package. She looks at the return address. Her expression changes. From curiosity to something harder. Recognition. Then calculation. She glances around, checking if anyone's watching. Then she walks directly to the garage. The camera angle switches. Garage interior. Vanessa opens the trash bin and drops the package inside. Not the recycling. Trash. She doesn't open it. Doesn't hesitate. Just throws it away like garbage. The video ends. The dining room is silent except for the crackling fire. I can explain, Vanessa whispers. Marcus turns to her slowly. Explain what? Explain why you threw my sister's wedding invitations in the trash. It was a mistake. You didn't even open it. His voice rises. You just threw it away. I was protecting you. Vanessa's voice cracks. Protecting us. Elena always does this, always tries to upstage you. And I knew if we went to some rushed wedding, it would take attention away from ours. Rushed. Keep my voice level. I send invitations 6 weeks in advance. Standard timeline. Mom finds her voice. Vanessa, what have you done? But Vanessa is spiraling now, realizing too late that honesty is a trap. You don't understand. Marcus deserves to be the center of attention. He's worked so hard, and Elena just waltzed in with her tech job and her perfect life. Wait, Dad's voice cuts through. One package doesn't account for both Marcus and us receiving invitations. He's right. He's catching up. I watch his lawyer's brain engage, looking for the loophole. Elena, you said you sent 3 invitations. Vanessa intercepted one. What about the others? Good question. I turn back to the screen. James, next file please. The screen splits. 2 more videos. One shows Marcus arriving home, collecting mail from the front porch. He flips through envelopes, pauses on one. The camera zooms, modern systems are remarkable. And the envelope is clearly visible. My handwriting. His name. He looks at it for 5 seconds. Then he slides it under a pile of junk mail and carries everything inside. Interior camera now. Marcus walks directly to his home office. He feeds the envelope, unopened, into his desk shredder. Deliberate. Methodical. Complete. Marcus has gone white. I didn't. That's not. You knew, I say simply. You saw my wedding invitation. Read the return address. And you shredded it. I thought it was spam, he tries weakly. Spam from your sister. With your name handwritten on the envelope. Vanessa stares at him. You knew. Before I threw mine away, you already knew. I was protecting Dad, Marcus says desperately. He's got the merger deal, the stress, don't. Dad's voice is ice. Don't use me as your excuse. Mom's hands shake as she reaches for her wine. What about our invitation? Elena, you said you sent us one too. I did. The 3rd video loads. This one shows Mom arriving home with shopping bags. The FedEx driver hands her the package. She signs, smiles, thanks him. Takes the package inside. Interior footage. Mom sets the package on the hall table. She reads the return address. Her expression doesn't change. She picks up her phone, dials. The video has audio. Mom's voice, crisp and clear. Marcus. Darling, did you get something from Elena? About a wedding. Marcus's voice through the phone, tinny but audible. Yeah. Spam. Some joke probably. She's been weird lately. Mom looks at the package again. Should I open it? Why bother? She's probably upset we didn't invite her to something, and this is her way of getting attention. Long pause. Then Mom, you're right. I'll toss it. She walks to the kitchen and drops the sealed package into the trash compactor. Hits the button. The compactor whirs. The video ends. Mom sits frozen, her face drained of color. I didn't. I wouldn't. You did, I say softly. You called Marcus to confirm you should ignore it. And you did. I thought it was a prank. She cries. After what happened at Christmas. What happened at Christmas? Ask, though I know. Everyone knows. Marcus had proposed to Vanessa on Christmas Eve last year. At dinner, I'd mentioned that James and I were getting serious, thinking about engagement. Mom had laughed. Let Marcus have his moment, Elena. Don't steal thunder. I'd gone quiet. Left early. Apparently that made me the villain. You were jealous, Vanessa says now, grasping. You've always been jealous of Marcus. This whole thing is revenge because he's successful and loved and I'm what I stand. Desperate, alone. Pathetic enough to need your pity gift. I pull the dating app card from the box, hold it up. This gift you gave me tonight. While knowing, all three of you knowing, I've been married for 4 weeks. The room holds its breath. You didn't forget, I continue quietly. You chose to ignore me. Dispose of me. Erase me. Dad clears his throat. His face has gone carefully blank. This is unfortunate. But family disagreements happen. We'll work through this privately. Will we, I ask. Like we worked through you using my security systems design for the Hartman building without credit. His glass pauses. That's different. Business is business. You presented my work as yours. Took the contract. The commission. Even the industry award. You were compensated, he says stiffly. A bonus. $3,000 for a design worth $300,000. And you made me sign an NDA so I couldn't even use it in my portfolio. Mom reaches for his arm. Daniel, not now. Yes, now, I say. Because this isn't just about a wedding. It's about pattern. I'm useful when you need me, invisible when you don't. Marcus stands. This is insane. You're twisting everything. James, I say calmly. Last file. The screen shifts to an email interface. Dad's email. A filter rule sits highlighted. If from Elena Foster, move to trash. Do not notify. Creation date. February 20th. 6 days after my wedding. IP address trace. Marcus's laptop. You set up an email filter, I say to Marcus, on Dad's account. So anything I sent would be automatically deleted. Marcus says nothing. And this one, James switches to Mom's email. Same filter. Same date. Same IP address. You locked me out of my own family. I feel nothing saying it. I've cried all my tears already. You didn't just miss my wedding. You systematically erased me. We can fix this, Mom says desperately. Elena, please, how? I ask simply. How do you fix 4 weeks of silence? Of deliberately ignoring your daughter? Vanessa stands abruptly, her chair crashing backward. This is insane. Marcus, tell them this is fake. She's clearly manipulated these videos. They're time-stamped, I say. Metadata intact. Legally obtained from my own security system. I can provide forensic verification. Forensic. Dad closes his eyes. He knows. He's calculating the legal implications. Elena, what do you want? I consider the question. What do I want? An apology. An explanation. My family back. I wanted you at my wedding, I say finally. That's all I ever wanted. To matter enough to show up for. The words hang in the air. Outside, rain begins to fall, pattering against the windows. I'll write a check, Dad says suddenly. Name your price. We'll call this even. The offer is so absurd I almost laugh. You think I want money? I asked. Everyone wants something, Dad says. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard him say. 'Cause he believes it. I don't want your money, I say. I want you to know what you did. To see it clearly. No excuses. No justifications. I look at each of them in turn. Marcus, you shredded my invitation because you couldn't stand me having something good. Vanessa, you threw it away because you saw me as competition. Mom, you trusted Marcus's lie instead of opening the package yourself. And Dad. Pause. You set up that email filter after Marcus told you to. Didn't you? His silence is answer enough. You all chose this, I continue. Actively, deliberately. You chose to erase me from your lives. And you're only upset now because you got caught. That's not fair, Mom whispers. Isn't it? I gather my purse, my coat. Have to go. Elena, wait. Dad's voice stops me at the door. We can work this out. Family therapy. Mediator. Whatever you need. What I need, I say without turning, is for you to understand that I'm done. Don't be dramatic, Marcus scoffs. You're going to throw away your whole family over one mistake. Turn back. One mistake. This wasn't a mistake. Mistakes are accidental. This was a choice. Multiple choices. For 4 weeks. Vanessa's crying now, makeup streaking. Marcus, do something. The wedding, our wedding, everyone will talk, let them talk, I say. Tell them whatever story you want. I'm not interested in revenge or exposure. I'm interested in truth. Then what was all this? Marcus gestures to the TV. All this evidence. Documentation, I say simply. So you couldn't gaslight me. So I wouldn't doubt my own memory when you rewrote history. Mom follows me to the foyer. Elena, please. I'm your mother. Are you, I ask. Mothers show up. Mothers care. Mothers open packages from their daughters instead of throwing them in trash compactors. Her face crumples. I made a mistake, you made a choice. Own it. Open the front door. The rain has intensified, cold and cleansing. Don't contact me. Any of you. I'm done being the daughter who has to prove she's worth loving. You'll regret this, Dad calls from the study. Family is family. No, I say. Family is who shows up. And none of you showed up for me. I walk out into the rain. My car sits at the curb, engine running. James reaches across to open the passenger door, concern etched in his features. How'd it go, he asks as I slide in. It's over. I buckle my seatbelt. Let's go home. 3 days later, a FedEx package arrives at our Portland apartment. Inside, a check for $100,000 and a note in Dad's handwriting. Please reconsider. We can move past this. I photograph the check and the note, then tear the check into pieces. My phone is already open to the family group chat. I type. I don't want your money. I wanted your presence. You can't buy back 4 weeks of absence. Add, do not contact me again. Then I do what I should have done months ago. I leave the group. Block all their numbers. Remove them from my social media. Digital silence is the kindest gift I can give them now. James finds me on the couch, staring at the rain. Second thoughts, he asks gently. Not even one. He pulls me close, and I breathe in his familiar scent, coffee and cedar. Your family loves you, I say into his shoulder. They show up. 2 weeks later, James's mother visits from Seattle. Karen brings photo albums from our wedding, professional shots and candid moments. I wanted you to have the complete set, she says, spreading them across our coffee table. Every photo radiates joy. James and I at the altar. Our first dance. Cutting the cake. And there in the front row, where I'd reserved seats for parents who never came, James's entire family beaming. His mother in a rose dress. His father in his best suit. His siblings, his cousins, his grandmother. All there. All celebrating us. You look so happy, Karen says softly. You are happy. I study my face in the photos. She's right. Even with the grief of those empty chairs, I was happy. Because I was surrounded by people who chose to be there. Thank you for coming, I tell her. She squeezes my hand. Thank you for inviting us. For choosing James. For becoming part of our family. Family. The words settle something inside me. New Year's Eve finds us in Seattle, at James's parents' house. The living room overflows with laughter and warmth. James's sister argues playfully with her husband about charade's rules. His nephew spills juice. His grandmother tells the same story she told at Thanksgiving. No one minds. Karen pulls me aside as fireworks begin outside. She unclasps the sapphire necklace at her throat, the one she wore at our wedding, and fastens it around mine. This was my mother's, she says. I wore it when I married James's father. I want you to have it. My throat tightens. Karen, I can't, you can. You're my daughter now. She says it simply like fact. Not as replacement for what I lost, but as truth standing on its own. Outside, the sky explodes in gold and silver. James pulls me onto the porch, wrapping his arms around me. Happy, he asks. I touch the necklace at my throat. Think about the empty chairs I've stopped mourning. Think about the family I didn't know I was choosing when I chose James. Happy, I confirm. I'm not a Montgomery anymore. I'm Elena Foster, and I'm finally completely home. Thanks for watching. What is your view about this story? How would you have reacted? What would you have done differently? Share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Reddit stories. Like and share with others.